I'm just shooting a quick video here today to try and help you guys out on winterizing your irrigation on your southern home. This covers most southern homes where we're just looking to prevent the above ground components from freezing and breaking. We're not concerned about any of the below grade components, being that this home is in the Houston, Texas area. So the above ground components consist of this assembly here on the side of the house. Everybody's going to have this who has irrigation. Many refer to this item as the bell or the valve, but really what it is a backflow preventer. What it does is it prevents if the water pressure or pressure in the irrigation was for some reason higher than the pressure coming from the street, from the municipal water supply. It will prevent the water from backfeeding into the potable water system and mucking up that water. So that is the concept of what this does. So the water comes in through the vertical pipe here into the bottom of the backflow preventer and then goes out to your irrigation system. The best way to winterize this is if you have a below grade shutoff, a main shutoff that's before any of these above ground components. I'm going to show you how to do the winterization with the shutoff below grade because that is the absolute best method for winterizing. If you do not have a below grade shutoff or can't find yours, then I will go over the alternate method of winterizing. So first we're going to go to our below grade shutoff, which is around front of the house. So I don't have a gate on this side of the house, so it's a little bit of a walk to get around, and it's really windy, so the audio might be a little rough. So my below grade shutoff is right here out by the sidewalk. I'll try to back off for some perspective. When you're looking for this, you'll see like my water meter is at the street over here. My irrigation is up this side of the house right here. And my water main coming into the house comes up the driveway into the garage. So this is kind of in the middle of all those things where they located this shutoff. Typically you're going to find it underneath one of these green irrigation covers. If you can't find yours, most houses have them. You just simply can't find it. It's become overgrown with grass or whatever. This house we purchased secondhand. It took me about 6 months to find this, and it was only while I was digging weeds out of the front yard. So under this cover is this valve right here on the pipe. And right now the valve is going in line with the pipe, which means it's turned on. So we're going to turn that valve 90 degrees. And what I've learned before on this is I really got to turn that valve till it clicks. The last little bit, if you don't get it to click, it's actually not all the way off. So we'll throw this cover back on. Now, being that this is underground, we're really not too concerned about that valve freezing. And now back over to the backflow preventer here. By shutting off the main outside, there's no longer any water pressure in this stack anywhere. So our biggest concept is if there's water pressure and the water freezes and tries to expand, there's no place for it to go. So by opening things up, we're just simply giving the freezing water someplace to go. So in this case, because we've shut it off out at the street, we leave both of these valves turned on. Okay, so in this scenario, we're going to leave both valves turned on because we've already shut off the pressurized water coming from the street. These two bleeder valves here, we take a flat blade screwdriver and turn them 90 degrees, so they're pointing out with the valve. and you simply leave those open. So by leaving those open, if any of the water were to freeze in any of these pipes, it will be able to bleed out of here and not damage the backflow preventer. So some people may still cover all this up to prevent freezing. Mainly that would be as if there's a little bit of water sitting inside the rubber gaskets in here. It could still damage the rubber gasket even though there's no pressure, but it's not going to burst or so. That would be very rare that something like that would occur. So if you cannot find your underground shutoff, this is the second best method. The second best method would be to do exactly what we've done, but you're going to shut this valve off by turning it 90 degrees. These can get a little rusted, so you may have to work it a little, put some, like PB Blaster or penetrating oil on there to get it loosened up. So you would close this valve, open these two, and then leave this open. Okay? That's going to be the second best method. The only issue with that method is you'll still have pressurized water up until this point and inside this valve body. So you really need to do a good job wrapping this up from here down and around here, because this can still freeze and break, or this pipe going into the ground can break. But that's going to be your best bet if you do not have a below grade shutoff. So that below grade shutoff, some people, you can also find them. You'll find them in the ground near here, especially if your water entrance is on the same house or so. So you'll really need to look around for that. So that's my video to show you the simplest way and best way to winterize your southern home irrigation to prevent the backflow preventer from freezing. Thank you for checking out my video.